In today's appointment, I'm going to be removing the ingrown part of this toenail, cleaning it up, and also aftercare. So, hi, if you're new here, my name is Jess. I'm a self employed foot health practitioner in the UK, and a lot of my content is for those who are like myself. So, foot health practitioners, those who are thinking about becoming one, and those who've just recently trained to become foot health practitioners. And it's just giving, you a bit of a glimpse into this profession. So, yeah, if you do like this type of content, then please do consider subscribing. And I hope you enjoy this appointment. So, just to give you a bit of a backstory, this lady suffers with an involuted nail primarily, but she attempted to cut the nail herself. Obviously, she's not cut it correctly because now there is a spike digging into her skin. I have seen this person before a few times. She knows that going to see a podiatrist would probably be the best thing because they can do a partial nail avulsion where they will cut the nail down at the root and apply a chemical to stop that part of the nail growing again. But she really does not want to do it. She's very adamant. So she comes and sees me, and I just try and keep on top of it. However, I have not seen her for quite some time, probably about a year. So just before you saw me just reducing down the thickness of the nail, I like to do that because I find it easier to cut the nail if it's not so thick. As you can see, it's a very, very tender um, area where the nail is digging in. To be honest, at first I wasn't too sure whether it had actually pierced the skin, but parts of what I do before I cut the nail is just to investigate. And by applying the skin and nail softener, that allows me to see if there's any debris that needs removing and also just to see what's going on in there. It also helps me to see where I can cut so that I'm not cutting too low down. So as you can see, I'm just using my black file for that just to clean up the area and to see where I can cut now. So to go back to what I was saying about my client, so as well as having an accident, having something drop on her foot and trying to resolve the issue herself, I was very aware that the footwear she was wearing had a narrow toe box as well. So that also did not help the matter. So a lot of education was given within this appointment again. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. She just wants to continue seeing me to keep on top of it, even though I do think that she should see a podiatrist so that she could just get this dealt with permanently. But right now, it's just not what she wants. So I have to respect her wishes. I can't force anything on her. I can just try and help to manage it as best I can. So the nippers that I'm using here, these are ingrown nippers. These are actually a new pair, so it's the first time that I've used these nippers. In this video, they're very, very sharp. They're actually quite good, but yeah, I was a bit weary that because they're very, very sharp, I was a bit weary that I might end up poking her, her skin with it. So I was going very, very careful with it. I tried to be as gentle as possible. As you can see, she's not flinching or anything, and I kept asking her whether she was okay, and she reassured me that she was fine. And I just continued doing what I was doing. I was nipping at it. I know that some practitioners, they use the blade. I know others from different countries, they use the number 15 or 15-2 blade to cut the nail, or some people use beaver blades. I have used a beaver blade on another client of mine who had a different type of ingrown toenail. This type of ingrown toenail, I didn't feel confident using those blades, so I'm happy just using my nippers, as I've done her toenails before. So funnily enough, on social media, I saw a couple of posts from practitioners that I know in this, in this industry, in this profession, and they mentioned about what was spoken about in A&E, the emergency department. And I'm just going to read it out. It just says NHS England reported 3,890 cases of ingrown toenails presenting at A&E last winter. And the practitioners basically saying, you don't have to go to A&E to get, well, you shouldn't go to A&E to get an ingrown toenail removed. You go to a podiatrist or you go to a foot health practitioner. There are some ingrown toenails that foot health practitioners just cannot deal with. One of the reasons is because it'll be quite painful for the client, because we cannot inject to numb the toe. So it's better if they go to see a podiatrist so that they can numb the toe and just get that nail out easily. But there are some ingrown toenails that we can deal with. This one I felt quite confident dealing with because I had dealt with it before. But otherwise, I would generally screen people who want to book in with me for an ingrown toenail, and from what they say, then I will refer them if need be, or I'll book them in to see me. So that's how I work with that. Did you see that? That was such relief. As that came out, my client was like, oh, she had like a breath. So it was obviously that part of the nail that was digging in. So what I'm going to do now is just try and tidy up this nail before I do like a last examination, just to make sure that there are no spikes left. And I usually use my black file to do this, so I'm going to just soften up the area again. Before I do, I'm actually reducing down the thickness. I'm going to reduce down the thickness with my ceramic burr, and then I'm going to just clean up and just see if there's anything left with my black file. So in this appointment, I've been using ceramic burrs only. I think the first ceramic burr I used at the beginning was at, the speed was, I think, 30 RPM. This burr, I think, was a little bit lower, so around 12 RPM. And I'm using it to also reduce the thickness of the nail, but also to clean up in the smaller areas as well. I'm treading very lightly, so I'm just very, very carefully going along the side of the nail and just trying to smooth it out. So I want to finish this appointment with a nice smooth edge where there's no spikes whatsoever. So to do that, I usually use my burr. It could be a diamond burr, but in this appointment I've used a ceramic, and I'm just touching very, very lightly. And then I'll go in with my black file to sort of investigate, see if there's anything else that needs to come out. So the spray that you've been seeing throughout the appointment that I've been spraying onto the nail, the area, is a skin and nail prep. So there are different types out there, and it's just to make sure the area is clean before I deal with it, and it continues to be clean as I do the procedure. So what I'm doing at the minute, I have discovered that there is still more to come out. So I'm just using my normal standard nippers here, and I'm just going to cut that out very gently and use my black file to dislodge it if I can. You know, I still haven't found a pair of nippers which I would say is my staple. I've still not found a pair that I would swear by. So I'm still searching. But the ones that I have, you know, doable, they do the job. I have quite a few varieties. And when it comes to ingrown nippers, I have a few of those as well. Ingrown nippers are generally smaller than standard nippers. Okay, so I'm gently filing this area, just being mindful that the area where the nail was digging in is going to be tender. So I'm just gently filing because I really want a smooth edge. Normally I use a burr, like a diamond burr, to do that. I don't know why I didn't do that in this appointment, but either way, they both done the same thing. And but as you can see, that nail looks really good now. It looks really smooth. The edges look really smooth. And I'm going to now apply some Meafix. So I've cut the strips to this size. Probably could have cut them a little bit longer, to be honest. But I'm just opening it up, the side wall, and I'm using the Meafix to do that. I am going to add a third strip because it just was not sticking to the skin. And now I'm just going to put on a dressing on top just to keep it nice and safe from infection. And now I'm just going to put on a toe bandage. Right, let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel with doing PNR, so partial nail resection? Do you feel confident, or is it an area where you feel like you need to learn a little bit more and get more practice on? I'd love to know. Please let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!